Have India earned the right of being labelled the best test team in the world right now? That's what we're discussing on Hogg's Vlog. Well, it's a new year. It's 2022. I hope you all celebrated hard with your family and friends, and I hope 2022 is successful for you. On this vlog, we're also going to have a look at a couple of debutants that I want to bring up with their wonderful performances, and also we'll go through a couple of retirements as well, what I'm going to miss and what I thought of those particular players. But let's get into India first. Why are they so dominant, and why should they be labelled the best test team in the world? The reason being is that they're dominating when they travel. They have annihilated England on English soil. They should have had that series done and dusted with 3-1 up. It was a washout where they were 150 runs behind with 9 wickets in hand, and they were cruising to victory there. England had no answers for them. They didn't play the 5th test match there. That was because England didn't want to adjust the fixtures and bring them forward a little bit. Bring them forward a little bit. Yeah, that was right English. They were too worried about their 100 competition, getting the big stars playing in that. Well, we're in different times. There's a pandemic there. You have to adapt, you have to adjust, and you have to be hospitable to the visitors. So if that test match does not get rescheduled and replayed, I don't think anyone should worry about it, because it was England's fault for not adapting. Also, India annihilating Australia both times on Australian soil, and one of those times is beating them out the Gabba earlier this year. That's the fortress of Australia. You don't beat Australia out the Gabba, especially subcontinent teams. And you did it with second string players in there, and I'm not being disrespectful to them. You had players in there that probably wouldn't even be in your third team if everyone was fit. That was unbelievable. Now, you've just won in South Africa in the Boxing Day test match as well. You've got another 2 test matches there. If you win one of those 2 test matches, well, you definitely are the best team in the world at the moment, and you're going to be up there labelled as one of the great teams that's ever been on the earth. The Australian team through the 2000s and the West Indies team in the late 70s and early 80s. And I can't remember, I didn't see too much cricket before 1971 because I wasn't born there. But there's one thing, don't get too cocky, India. Don't get too cocky. You still got to beat New Zealand down there in New Zealand the next time you travel. And if you do that, well, no one can argue that you are the best team in Test cricket at the moment. All right, that's it. Anything else about India out the Test? Well, no, they're holding their fortress on their home soil quite well at the moment. No one can beat them there. I'm just loving it. India, you've set the high bar. Australia are going over there to play you in 4 test matches, so it's up to us to turn things around and beat you on your home soil.
Are you serious?
And that's going to be the biggest challenge, because we have to return the favour of what you've been doing to us. Okay, now, debutants. Myers from West Indies. I don't think you can beat that particular performance this year. 210 in the second innings when the West Indies were on the back foot, chasing over 300 runs, and they'd lost early wickets. For a debutant to come out under pressure and perform like that and get the victory, I thought that was the best batting performance of the year. Then I look at Conway with his 200 out Lords, and Shreyas Iyer coming in. Hasn't played 4-day cricket for about 18 months. Been playing all white ball cricket, and people think that you can't adapt. He went on and made 160 in his first innings of Test cricket. You cannot beat that. Out of the bowlers, I don't think you're going to beat Scotty Boland. There is no way that you can get better figures than that in a debutant game. 6 for 7 in the second innings. He had 1 for 48 in the first innings, and throughout the game, he had 29 balls where he got 7 wickets, and the English could not score off him. That's between the 2 innings. So 29 balls in a row, that's where he got the 7 wickets. I don't think you can beat that. in a debutant performance. What a wonderful performance. I think the other performance of the year was Ajaz Patel getting 10 wickets over there in India in an innings and then getting dropped when he gets back home and not partaking in the Test series against Bangladesh. What are you doing down there, New Zealand? While the bloke's on confidence, get him in there. Okay, the other performance that I thought was absolutely sensational this year was Australia winning the T20 World Cup. Now, I had written them off. Everyone had written them off before they started that T20 World Cup tournament. They didn't do well in the West Indies. They didn't do well against Bangladesh. They were having issues off the field with the coach and players. They rectified it, turned it around, and they won the T20 tournament. Okay, now let's go to retirements. A couple of retirements that I'm going to miss. Ross Taylor, when he finishes up after this Test series against Bangladesh, I'm going to miss his slog sweeps. That's what really frustrated me when I bowled against Taylor. Just being able to slog sweep over cow corner. I just couldn't control it. It was just too good for me in that area. But he was the first Polynesian, I think, to play for New Zealand. I think he has been a great ambassador for New Zealand cricket. It was a wonderful career, and I think we are going to miss his wonderful style of play and the way that he caught out first slip. It was just one of the best catches I've ever seen in the grippers. What a wonderful player. AB de Villiers, retiring from all T20 cricket. I'm just going to miss the way that he just finishes off innings. I don't think there is too many better players out the back end of an innings that can control the game. But also the way that he timed his innings throughout the out a game. If he came in early, he was able to handle that pressure situation, bat through, and then get himself into a position where he can take the game away from the opposition and get his team into a reasonable position to win the game. But the other thing that I liked about him was that when he went after bowling, he was skillful enough to go for the sixes, but not go over the fielders in the deep, hit the gaps in the deep, because if he mistimed it or kept it low, he still had a chance of getting a 4 or still the 6, but not giving or limiting the chances of the opposition teams of getting him out. He was just brilliant in that aspect of the game. The next retirement is Dwayne Bravo. I'm going to miss him. His career started to fall off a little bit. The potency fell off with an injury that he got out the Renegades. Now, it was my fault. I bowled a half tracker outside off stump. It got cut to the boundary. He saved the boundary, and while saving the boundary, he'd pulled his hamstring, and his hamstring didn't recover fully after that. So I'm sorry about that, Dwayne. But I just love the way in T20 cricket, he was always utilised in pressure situations, whether it was with the bat or ball. With the bat, he could come out and play cameo innings and just take the bowling off. I just love the way he just hit those sixes over cover, but also bowling in the death overs with his change of pace. I just thought he was one of the most skillful all-rounders that we've ever seen in the short ball format, and he's going to be missed down the future. Plus his entertainment on the field and his dancing. The other retirement is Dale Steyn.
From South Africa, we saw Dale Steyn retire from Test cricket. Personally speaking, I'm happy to see less of him. Not because I'm scared of his pace and in awe of his skill, but because my wife nominated him her cricket crush / hall pass due to his intense, sexy stare downs.
Best Test bowler the world has ever seen. And the one thing that I liked about him, and for youngsters out there that want to bowl fast, well, this is a lesson for you. He was able to hold himself back. He learnt to swing the ball both ways as well as seam it. So when he had the new ball or the old ball was swinging, he didn't bowl out full pace. He just utilised that skill to get the wickets and keep the pressure on the batsman. But when there was nothing with the ball moving in the air or off the wicket, he would amp up the pace and trouble the batsman with extra pace. So he's able to change up the gears, but also skillful with the ball in the air. So they're the retirements that I am going to miss. So let's go through. I went through some debutants. I went through some retirements. Who are the best debutants that you've seen this year, or the best debutant performances, and also who's out of all the players that have retired this year you are going to miss? And India, what are your thoughts with India being the best test playing nation in the world? I want to hear your thoughts. Now, thanks very much for following me on Hogg's Vlog. This year we're going to have a bit of a change up. There are going to be a lot more interviews on Hogg's Vlog. I've just started all that. And we're going to go in with players, managers, support staff, doctors, physios, ground staff. We're going to go in deep with different aspects of the game of cricket. And I might even throw another sportsman in there for you as well. But hey, it's a new year. It's 2022. Make sure you look after yourselves and your mates and your family, and make this a special 2022. Good luck to everyone with your dreams and aspirations. I hope you have a lot of success this year. All right. Thanks, Hoggy. Or thanks from Hoggy. Thanks, guys. Love you all. And thanks for following me. And thanks for your love of the game of cricket.